Alright, hello everybody. So the 6 and or 9 mean. So I will go over it real quick. I have it right here. So it's a picture. So there's this thing in black, and then there's this version of it in red. So the original thing in black, there's a symbol on the ground. It's a person pointing at it that says 6. There's a person that's pointing at it that says 9.
They're standing on opposite sides of
yes,
it. So from one perspective, it looks like a 6. From the other perspective, it looks like a 9.
So, and then in black, it says, just because you're right does not mean I am wrong. Now, the person in red has crossed this off. And why don't you read exactly what they say in red, Derek? Since this is the standpoint you agree with.
But one of those people is wrong. Someone painted a 6 or a 9. They need to back up and orient themselves, see if there are any other numbers to align with. Maybe there's a driveway or a building to face, or they can ask someone who actually knows. People having an uninformed opinion about something they don't understand and proclaiming their opinion as being equally valid as facts is what is ruining the world. To be fair, I don't really agree with the second paragraph because it's not entirely correct. No one wants to do any research. They just want to be right.
Yeah. So, I think it's funny that you agree with Reddy here. But you agree entirely with the first paragraph? So it's either a 6 or a 9? And one of those people is wrong. Is that what you agree with?
I don't agree that it could be. It could also just be an abstract art project that happened to look like a 6 and a 9 from different perspectives.
So both of them could be wrong, but what? At least one of them are wrong. Is that what you're suggesting? That's what I'm essentially asking.
Given the context, given the context, they both believe they're right. One of them is wrong. I feel one of them is wrong.
Okay.
You got a snow bunny.
So this is gonna be fun. So now here you go. The thing that pisses me off about Red Boy here is he says, but one of those people is wrong. Someone painted a 6 or a 9. Now, this is fun. So the person in black drew this symbol, and so let's try and figure out what the symbol means, right? So one person looks at it and can see in 6. One person looks at it and sees in 9. The person in black has this message they want to interpret. Just because you are right does not mean I am wrong. It's very clear why they drew that symbol. They drew that symbol so that the person on the left can read it as a 6, and the person on the right can read it as a 9. It is literally intended to be written, or to be seen as either a 6 or a 9. So essentially the answer is it is both a 6 and a 9. The person in red could have backed up and oriented themselves to see any other evidence they could align themselves with to figure out what that symbol means. The person in red has an uninformed opinion about something they don't understand, and they proclaim their opinion as being equally valid as facts. They are what is ruining the world. They do not do any research. They just want to be right about their stance in red. Now, that pisses me off. But now this is where it gets really. This is where I start losing my shit even more. I have a bit of a
counter-argument for there, but go on.
Now, so now here's the deal. I have never, ever in my entire life seen just the part in black without the red cross, the red crossed off part. Right.
Oh, I remember seeing the part without the red first.
And really? You saw it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. I had this entire theory. I guess
they just did that. They crossed off the black. Yeah, they wrote the black and immediately crossed it off.
Yeah, I think my theory was the person in red was the person who drew the black. They drew the black. It was an assumption. It was a theory, based on the fact that I've never seen just the original thing on its own, and so that it seems like the red person, the person in red's angry enough. But the thing that pissed me off about that, I'll go into it since I was prepared about that. But I'll trust your word that you've seen it without the red.
So, real quick, the black is cut off a bit here with the red. What the original one says is, just because you are right does not mean I am wrong. You just haven't seen life from my side.
Okay.
Which is why I think it's stupid.
Okay, that would actually make it a bit more stupid in my book. I guess I'm with you there. But so with that symbol, what I thought was that the red person essentially drew the black thing with the express purpose of with the express purpose of, oh, I didn't know there was an item back there. Shit. Let me get this. Quake hammer. I'll just take the end coupon. No, I won't take the end coupon. I don't need it. I'm gonna go re-roll that one more time. So I thought, what pissed me off more was that the person in red is also the person in black. So he would have drawn the thing in black to represent that message, just so, he could cross it off and write his thing in red. So what would have pissed me off about that means the person in red drew the symbol. So they have the fact of what the symbol means, because they were the one who made the symbol in the first place.
Yes.
And despite having that fact, despite having the fact, they decided to ignore it and just substitute their own reality instead, which would have been even worse than what they were saying in the red thing. But I had even another theory going off that the person in black and red knew how bullshit their thing in red was, and just did this to, like, fucking throw a monkey wrench and piss everyone off, which
seems to have worked.
Yeah. Anyhow, it's a perfect thing to piss people off, because either they'll read, because the average person will either read the statement, see the black and be like, yeah, that person, or it's possible, maybe that person's just not looking at it from my perspective. My perspective is right. That would be the people who do not fact check. The person in the red is missing, or has the idea that it's one or the other, and it can't be both or neither. Which is also a bad way. It's also a bad way of looking at things like this, because it's very well possible that the intended purpose was to be a 6 and a 9. I'm assuming I already did this, but I'm assuming if I haven't yet, this is a reminder to future Zinker. Please put the image, the one with the red, at least. Please put the image up that we were debating at the beginning of the episode. I feel like he has.
So
I hope we do not run into an Amazy Daisy. I don't know what to do in regards to that, to be perfectly honest. I don't think I can beat these guys if I don't focus all my attacks on them. Because they must have oh my god, they have 14 attack. I'm running away. Go, 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 go. I'm just not gonna fight them. I know a lost cause when I see these fuckers. It ain't worth it. Shit, that's an item right there. You know what? I'll be running back and forth between this area a lot, so I'm not too stressed about it. Okay.
I'll take it. I remember grinding Amazy Daisies with the hope to get gold leaves. Obviously, that's not how that works, but
yeah. Why I'm afraid of these things? These fuckers could easily just destroy me. With the sleep, they have more health. I take extra damage because of how shit is set up. I'm not in the mood for it, Derek. I'm not. These can kill expert players, even though they're good. I'm not.
The original Paper Mario was really bad with them sleepwalking you.
Yeah, they're still pretty bad in here, so I'm not even gonna chance it. But yeah, so essentially, do you remember how I get past this tree? Do I blow it? Yeah, I blow it.
Just
I don't know
blow
how
the tree.
you're supposed to figure that out. There's no. I don't think there's any clear indication of that there. I guess you would eventually try it, but.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, people clearly. I figured it out.
Yeah, I know. I did too, but I can't. For the life of me,
I don't know how.
Yeah, I can't figure out how.
Good job, past me.
Yeah,
I feel like I know I had more to say with the 6 and the 9 thing, but I at somewhere along the way I lost what it was. So
that's fine. The point. You were talking about how some people are gonna agree with the black, some people agree with the red, but I think you're taking that. I think you're taking. All right, and then there's people like me who sees that the red person is a hypocrite and stupid and don't actually align themselves like they tell the other people they should. A gold bar. Let me just drop this dried shroom for that gold bar. I don't want this dried shroom. I really don't want this dried shroom. Please stop giving it to me. Yeah, I mean that. What it is what I mostly hate about that. The thing is, both points are actually right. Red has a good point that people don't fact check and they're idiots.
Yes.
Black has a good point, as in perspective matters in some cases. Especially in more subjective cases, it matters. I remember seeing comments about this because this meme has popped up again recently. I guess that's why you're talking. You brought it up. But can I just roll for that? Oh yeah, I can.
Okay, all right, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Relate this. Okay, you see this figure on the ground that looks like a 6 or a 9. You're deeply troubled by the fact that you're unsure which it is.
Okay.
How do you figure it out?
The symbol on the ground.
Yeah, how are you gonna figure out which or which it is, or if it's both or neither?
I mean, I would, as a logical person, I do my best to fact check. If I can't come up with all the facts, I will do what I normally do is I'm never sure.
Hang on. What before you say anything, what I want to know is what is your first step to trying to figure this out? Where was the first step you take to try to figure out?
When it's on the ground. Honestly,
it's on the ground.
I couldn't think of anything when it's on the ground.
All right, let's say it's on. Where do you want it to be able to think of something? On a wall in the sky?
I mean, if I could Google it, I would try to Google it. But like it, what it is I will, whatever I can do, I will search for more information.
Okay.
However, it's most logical in the situation.
I'm interested that you said I'm interested that you said that you would Google it, because I feel like that is probably the most logical way of approaching it. You're not looking for any. You're trying to find your first idea is to find a straight answer, which is to look it up and find.
If I don't already have some knowledge about it, I look for an expert, because an expert's gonna know more than me. Mm-hmm. In most cases, an expert almost always knows more than me. I just like.
So earlier today, a guy brought in this figure that looks like a 6 or a 9. Now I'm no expert in this area, so I called a buddy and brought him in to take a look at this.
Yeah.
he's an expert. He's an expert in ground art. He should be able to tell me.
God damn it, Derek! That's really funny. Oh god, I couldn't. I was so distracted, I couldn't fucking nail that. Super good. Yeah, like I try to find an expert. I try to find information. In the situation that I cannot find information, I will do one of two things. I will try to do. I guess it sounds too fancy of a word to say, but I'll do the superstition. Or maybe it's not. I don't think it's not superstition. Super imposition. That might be the word I'm looking for. It's essentially, it's all states that it could be. So it's the probable. It is all states. It could be like
it's everything. It's everything until it's proven not everything.
Yeah, it could be a 6. It could be a 9. It could be a G. There's a lot of different options for it. Or if I have like like a most probable thing, I will go with that. Like, well, it's probably a 6. I think it's a 6. Could be something else, but I'm confident in that. Like, the prediction is a 6.
My first response to seeing that figure is I'm standing, or like I dropped a nickel.
I didn't mean to redo this fight, but I guess I will since.
Let's say I drop Philip the nickel. I go to pick up Philip the nickel. I see this figure on the ground. I'm gonna look, depending on, well, I see it on the ground. I'm probably my first response to. For whatever reason, if I'm curious, what the fuck is this? I'm probably gonna just like look around a little bit, see what's around.
I would do that too if I thought there was something around me that would help.
I would use context.
Oh, wow.
I would try to figure it out through context.
What the hell?
My point is my first response would be to try to figure it out through context. Whereas what I was interested by is your first response was to try to figure it out through searching.
Well, no, because if they see, the thing is, when you say looking at a symbol on the ground, I'm mad that none of them were affected by that. When you say a symbol on the ground, my immediate picturing of the event is there is nothing else around on the ground. to like.
I'm not giving a scenario. So I'm thinking I'm walking down the sidewalk and I see this. There's like a wall on my right side. I can't quite tell which direction it's facing though. Or that's my first idea. Is that my second idea is it's on someone's driveway facing out from their garage. If in the case where it's on the sidewalk, I don't have enough context to figure it out because as far as I can tell, there's nothing. As far as I can tell, looking at it, logically or common sense tells me it's a 6 or a 9. Given that I can't tell which direction is the way it would have been written. Actually, assuming it was on the sidewalk, assuming it was actually another thing about it, assuming it was on a sidewalk. There's a wall on my right side, like as I'm walking down the sidewalk. Like, let's say I'm just walking down the sidewalk like a normal human being. I think I would assume, or I think I'd be able to figure, or to come up with a best guess of what it is, just based on the context of people generally walk on the right side of a sidewalk in the U.S. Assuming this was in the U.S., I would assume whichever way I'm facing when I'm walking down the sidewalk is the correct way it was intended to be viewed from, because the general person, or generally assuming there's sidewalks on both sides of like a road, I would assume that it was intended to be viewed by people who are walking straight, because they'll walk past it, and because people generally walk on the right side of a sidewalk or a right side of a road, and this is on the right side of the road, I would assume that whatever direction I'm facing as I walk past it is the correct orientation, based on all of that context. If it's on someone's driveway, I would assume if I'm walking like out of a garage down the driveway towards the road, I'd assume that is the correct orientation.
This is gonna be fucking awful.
Because
just all these fucking buzzies that I have to get through like a crazy madman.
It's I don't know why they did this. They're evil. Whoever made, or people who make this game are evil.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm just.
You get a lot of stuff, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll be getting a shit ton of stuff here. I'm upset that the Spike Top has a fucking life room. It's gonna be a problem. But
just blow him away. You probably can't.
No, he already used the life shroom. Okay. I might be pissed. I'm more pissed about that, actually.
It does work as a super shroom, so I mean.
Yeah, I think I'm more pissed about him doing that than anything else. Really.
He's a good buddy. I want him as a pal.
Good trucker buddy, yeah.
He sacrificed his life shroom for someone else
now
who didn't even need it.
I kind of want to. Yeah, he barely even needed it. I kind of want to like kill him super hard now, but I'm gonna take the time to kill everything else.
I kind of want his death to be painful, just because of that. Because he doesn't have a way to come back now.
Yeah. Because
he can't come back and let me cause him more pain. Now I just want his death to be more painful.
Yeah. No flower recharge. That would have been helpful. All right, kill him. Yay, that guy's dead. There we go. All right. This Spike Top's dead. Like literally, he's fucked. So do we have anything more about the 6 and 9?
I don't think so. I was more my conversation. I was trying to use it, and the last thing I said, I was using it more as a point to forward my idea that a lot of our arguments are based on the way that we approach problems, because you and I approach problems from different ways, and generally, if we're approaching them from a different perspective, we're probably going to end up coming to a different conclusion, which is why we disagree so much.
I think we're both very logical people.
We're both very logical, but we both use a different sense of logic. I don't have a good definition for your logic, because I would just call it pretty much pure logic, where
logic's good. I'm a really good programmer. I
suck at I hate coding. I'm not good at it.
Not even like a humble brag. I've had zero problems with coding. Even in all my coding classes, if I did bad at it, it was because I just didn't even do the assignment, or I did it last minute. In most situations, I was far ahead of everyone else in the coding. I was amazingly the weakest coder in my team for the game design project, but I'm kind of surprised about that. But for the most part, I was ahead of the class. I think everyone. I just live, breathe code,
I think my problem for coding is it's not that I don't understand like the logic base of it. Like I can follow through like a code. If I read through a code and like I know what all of the terms in it mean, I can follow through it. It's more just not having the knowledge of like the programming language itself and like knowing what all the functions do and like no, it's more I don't know the language as much as it's more that I just don't know the language. I can follow the logic through pretty well.
I don't know what it is. It's just like I can see something and then I can do that thing, like with programming, and I think that's kind of weird. Like I can literally, and that's how I kind of am with learning in general. Is that I can just look at something, and then I can figure it. I'll figure out how they did it.
That's how I got through physics.
That. Yeah.
I didn't know any of the shit.
That's another reason why physics is so easy to me. I just look
physics,
at it's just formula memorization. That's all it is.
Physics was super hard for me. I learned anything I learned in physics. I learned on the test while I was taking the test because I looked at the problem and I was like, I need to figure out how to do this.
That was microeconomics for me. That's what happens when you have that. Oh, cool. Yeah. This guy's also pretty weak. Anyhow, it's next time on Speletons, so I think we'll get off the 6 or 9 argument. It is 1 a.m. Holy bananas. Bye-bye.
Boy.